Baseball is back. The MLB lockout is officially over, and it is time to rejoice that we will actually have a 2022 MLB season, and I could not be any more thrilled. You guys know how much I love baseball and that it's my tried and true favorite sport, although it is probably the least popular among the four major sports. Give or take someone else's opinion. But welcome back to the channel. You guys wanted me to make this video, so I am making this video, and I have no script for it. I'm just going to be spitballing my thoughts and opinions about how the ending of the lockout will affect baseball cards moving forward. Raw, wax, sealed, graded, doesn't matter. Just baseball cards in general moving forward, and how the lockout officially ending will impact and dictate that market moving forward. I don't have any bullet points. I don't have a script. I'm just, like I said, going to give you my thoughts about it. Oh, I'm talking too fast. During the offseason prior to the lockout, baseball cards in the market in terms of its popularity dipped a little bit. Obviously, World Series and the playoffs were over. Football was in the full swing of things. Basketball was in the swing of things in its own right. So baseball took a backseat, and we all knew the lockout was coming. So baseball really took a dip. But then when the lockout hit, nobody was buying, selling. So I had to pause recording because some customers came in. But what I was saying is nobody was buying, selling, trading, investing, or doing almost any research really on baseball. And it was like that from about November till, I guess, just now when the lockout is finally over. And with that lockout being over, people can get excited for baseball, invest into baseball, whether it's cards with money, going to games, simply just their time watching and enjoying the sport, because a sport in a lockout is very scary. It's a dark time. People are hesitant on to be excited for the sport or to invest in the sport, whether it's the card market or not, because you don't know what the sport's going to look like on the other side of that lockout. In 1994, when the players went on strike and there was a lockout, no one knew what the sport was going to look like in 95. What was the product going to be? How were teams going to play? What kind of, superstars were we going to see? Et cetera, et cetera. So with baseball finally back, the lockout's over. What can we look for in sports cards? Well, Topps Series 1, 2022 Topps Series 1 is already out. And baseball products will be coming out soon and more frequently. Not because the lockout's over, but we can at least get excited for these products now because we know baseball spring training's on the horizon. The regular season is in a month or so. So we can get excited for these new cards, these new players on new teams, these new products. And if the lockout was still going on, people weren't going to be excited because they just didn't know when baseball was going to be back. So they, invested in basketball and football. Some players that I'm looking forward to in 2022 are not just young rookies like, your Wander Franco, your Jarren Duran, but how about Shohei Ohtani? He was the biggest thing in baseball last year, being an excellent hitter and a really good pitcher. Is he going to be able to duplicate that performance last year, this year? I mean, that's a major headline. A lot of people invested into raw, graded, rookie Ohtani cards. So is he going to be able to rebound? I don't want to say rebound, because is he going to be able to duplicate his performance last year to a level or a degree that his market was at? I mean, his market was way up here last year. And it probably dipped a little bit with all of baseball during the lockout in the offseason. But will it go up or will it go down? That's something I'm going to be really interested to see. Again, Wander Franco. People are going crazy over his paper-based Topps Series 1 card, going for around $20 right now, just raw. Not even graded, no special refractor, silver, no autos, no nothing. Just a plain paper basis, already $20. Is his hype going to continue as we roll into spring training, as we roll into the regular season? I don't know. I would assume so because he is that good of a player. But if he struggles out of the gate or it struggles at really any point during the season, investing into Wander Franco could backfire a little bit. I mean, he is 21, I think. I think he came up at 20 and he's 21. So, I mean, he's still a young kid. I mean, he's younger than me. And he's probably younger than most people watching, or maybe older than most. I don't know. But Wander Franco is definitely someone to keep an eye on. And throughout the lockout, people were buying, selling, and trading Ohtanis and Francos, but those are superstar players, or players that we foresee to be superstars. Like, Ohtani is a superstar, but we foresee Wander Franco being a superstar. What about like Mike Trout? Obviously, the rookie Mike Trout is I don't want to say nostalgic, but is an iconic card. But what about his like recent stuff, or some patches, some autos? You could even ask the same question about like, locally, Bogarts, Devers, Verdugo, Kyle Schwarber. People around here love Kyle Schwarber, but he's not on the Red Sox right now. Technically, he's a free agent. So what is the Red Sox card market going to look like locally here in the New England area? But, across the country, I mean, you have like Mookie Betts, Corey Seager, Cody Bellinger, like I said, Mike Trout, Nolan Arenado, Wander Franco, Mike Trouts. So there's so many other players. And with baseball finally back, we can buy, sell, and trade for those players and not be so hesitant. Because beforehand, when someone bring me like a PSA 10, Bowman Chrome Wander Franco, for instance, not even a first, just a Chrome, I would be very hesitant because I don't know what that card's value is going to be on the other side of the lockout. It could jump or it could drop, depending on the product we're going to get post-lockout. And with the rules and the regulations already set, with the lockout now agreed upon between the players' union and the league owners, we can kind of see what product we're going to get early on post-lockout, but we have an idea of what product we're getting. We're getting a universal DH, so there will be 15 extra hitting jobs in the National League. We're going to be getting no extra inning runner on second base. We're going to be getting 9-inning double plays. So we can kind of see the product of baseball in 2022 already looking better, and the season hasn't even started yet. So that's a very good thing. So like a player like Albert Pujols, who's 42, and he's 21 home runs away from 700, I believe. People could invest into that with some confidence, knowing that he should land a job on one of the 30 teams in the league. I mean, he should, and he's very close to 700. And if he does, expect his market to go through the roof. I would anticipate. I mean, we're never going to see 700 home runs again. So it's just like questions and answers like that we're finally being able to look at with a little bit more confidence, a little more optimism. Now with baseball back, me personally, I'm ready to buy, sell, and trade baseball. Beforehand, I was very hesitant to buy and trade baseball. Obviously, selling being a shop, people want baseball cards, so I sold them baseball cards. I would trade them away. But now, with the season going to start on April 7th, I am ready to go with baseball. Baseball is my tried and true. It's my favorite sport. You guys know that. So I'm very, very excited, optimistic, happy, and thrilled beyond all those adjectives that baseball is locked and loaded for 2022. We're not losing many games, and we can have ourselves a great summer season, etc., etc. But I really hope you did enjoy this video. That's kind of like my brief, immediate outlook on the baseball card market here in the sports card hobby post the lockout. Obviously, you know my thoughts and feelings prior and even during the lockout, and I've talked about it tons of times on my podcast, Murph's Boston Sports Talk. And now that the lockout's over, it's finally it feels almost freeing to be able to talk about baseball with people, talk baseball cards with people, invest into them. So I'm really excited for what 2022 has in store with the lockout now over. But that's going to wrap it up for this one. Please make sure you like the video if you enjoyed it. Comment down below any thoughts, questions, comments, concerns, anything you want to speak about in terms of baseball cards in 2022 with the lockout now over. And if you would, please consider subscribing to the channel, as I would greatly appreciate that. I'm now past 200 subscribers, so thank you so much to everyone who has subscribed to the channel. I greatly appreciate the love and support. But if you want to know more about baseball, definitely check out this video right here as I go into why baseball needs expansion. But that's going to do it for this one. I'll catch you guys in the next one. But between now and then, you know that I love you, and I will always see ya.